Angel Reese is now being rejected and potentially kicked off of her own team. A players-only meeting was held Wednesday to address it. Atkins addressed Reese directly. The Chicago Sky GM did release a statement as to the Angel Reese, and I believe she got suspended too as well. Rachel Baum told the Sun-Times she felt blindsided by Angel Reese's interview, where she called for roster upgrades. "I think I just really don't care." She said, "I'm so over all of this. If I was younger, it would have affected me more." Chicago Sky have officially punished Angel Reese for what she said, and I'm not a fan of it. 2 minutes ago, Angel Reese is now being rejected and potentially kicked off her own team. The Chicago Sky have lost all patience, and her own teammates have finally exposed the truth. Angel Reese is now being rejected and potentially kicked off of her own team. Either Angel's gone or no member of the Chicago Sky is ever going to play with her again. Angel Reese is now being rejected and potentially kicked off of her own team. Even the Chicago Sky have realized that her constant problems are outweighing any talent she brings, and the team no longer sees her as worth the trouble. They desperately want her to be accepted. They are desperate to make her a star. Not only has she been rejected by normal people, Angel Reese is now being rejected and potentially kicked off of her own team. A players-only meeting was called after Angel Reese's public comments shocked her teammates. Ariel Atkins addressed her directly, making it clear that the locker room was not standing behind Reese anymore, leaving her completely isolated within her own team. A players-only meeting was held Wednesday to address it. Atkins addressed Reese directly, while Banham said her teammate voiced everything she felt. "At this point, she's more resigned. I think I just don't really care." She said, "I'm so over all this. If I was younger, it would have affected me more. But I'm grown and I just don't care." For a player often called the heart of the locker room, though, there's a part of her that does. The Chicago Sky officially suspended Angel Reese, announcing she would not play in the first half of their game against the Las Vegas Aces. The punishment came directly after she criticized her teammates and exposed internal issues, confirming that the organization had lost patience. The Chicago Sky GM did release a statement as to the Angel. "I believe she got suspended too as well." So, we gonna talk about all of this, man. Angel Reese suspended by her own team for being an also. I have been blocked apparently by the Chicago Sky. Rachel Banham admitted she felt blindsided by Reese's comments where Reese demanded better players and implied her teammates weren't good enough. This revelation showed that Reese's own teammates felt betrayed, exposing the lies behind her public statements. After Wednesday night's game, the team held a players-only meeting so that everyone could communicate. Banham felt that's what had been lacking, and Ariel Atkins agreed. "It was simply out of respect for everybody in the room 1 through 12, Atkins told the Sun-Times. Atkins addressed Reese directly, while Banham said her teammates voiced everything she felt. At this point, she's more resigned. Ariel Atkins once considered the heart of the locker room, responded by saying she was so over all of this. Her words revealed how deeply the team's trust in Reese had broken down and highlighted just how much damage Reese had caused inside Chicago Sky. Ariel Atkins addressed Reese directly, while raw Rachel Banham and her teammates voiced everything she felt. At this point, she's more resigned. "I think I just really don't care." She said, "I'm so over all of this." The Chicago Sky made it official by punishing Angel Reese for her controversial remarks. This decision not only exposed her lies, but also proved that even her own team was unwilling to tolerate her behavior any longer. Chicago Sky have officially punished Angel Reese for what she said, and I'm not a fan of it. Angel based on the E. Write-up in the Chicago Tribune or Chicago Times-Tribune. The write-up that she had where she just explained some frustrations, but nothing that wasn't valid. Let's not even go there. Angel Reese's suspension created even more tension inside the Chicago Sky. Ariel Atkins confirmed the organization had full support from the team for benching Reese, making it clear her teammates stood with management, not her. This is about Angel Reese's Hall of Fame suspension. And I mean this when I say this. It says here Tyler Mars called a top-down organizational decision, declined to share which comments were viewed as detrimental. Atkins implied the team supported the decision. Ownership handled it how they see fit. She told the Sun-Times a shooter on Friday, "They have full support from our team." Analysts said, "Angel Reese is done in Chicago." The moment Courtney Vanderloot fired back at her, the writing was on the wall. Teammates were no longer willing to play alongside Reese after the lies and disrespect. Angel Reese is done in Chicago. They're going to move on. They have to with what Courtney Vanderloot just came back and said. Courtney Vanderloot just smoked Angel Reese. And you know who else is going in on Angel Reese? You got Nightcap with Unk and Shannon Sharp and Chad Johnson going in on this Angel Reese situation. She didn't think it was going to go this way. The Chicago Sky front office viewed Reese as not worth the headache. She had called out teammates in the organization, even targeting Vanderloot publicly. That backlash led to her being suspended and left isolated in the locker room, the Chicago Sky. They might be saying to themselves, Angel Reese just isn't worth the headache that she is causing. Great rebounder. As for everything else, she's not worth the headache that she's causing. She's going to call out the organization. She's going to call out the front office. She's going to call out the teammates, throw Courtney Vanderloot under the bus. Doesn't really go over well with the organization. Doesn't really go over well with the teammates. Reese was labeled as locker room cancer. Commentators noted that, while she could shine when things went well, her negative attitude during struggles tore the team apart. Many believe she had completely given up on the franchise. Does not seem to be the greatest teammate in the world. I'm not gonna lie. And sorry. Let me rephrase that. She is an unbelievable teammate when things are going well, but when things aren't going well, doesn't seem to be a good teammate. She doesn't seem to be she's somebody who is really good player. When things are going well, can be one of your best players. It can be like your energy player and leader when things aren't going well. Does not seem to be doing the greatest teammate in the world. Reese shocked fans by attacking her own teammates and even disrespecting Vanderloot, a two-time WNBA champion. Critics said Angel would be lucky to have even a fraction of her teammates' career, but instead, she chose to burn bridges. As we know, Angel Reese come out this week. She absolutely crushed her own teammates into the dust. And she even decided to go after a legend, the legendary Courtney Vanderloot, who of course blew out her ACL at the beginning of the season, and she is in the midst of making a comeback. Courtney Vanderloot made it clear she was returning, but there is no way Angel Reese and Vanderloot will ever play together again. That statement confirmed the end of Reese's time in Chicago with teammates standing firmly against her. There is no way that Angel Reese and Courtney Vanderloot are going to be playing together again, Like Allie Quigley, Courtney Vanderloot's wife. Vets got to know when to cut the net and pass the tour. You read you're quoting Alexis Morris in defense of Angel Reese. That's a bit of a mad one. But, the Angel Reese fans, they know no end. The Chicago Sky made it clear in their statement that Reese was no longer wanted. They admitted her teammates could not stand being around her, saying they wanted her out immediately, proving just how far the relationship between Reese and her team had fallen. Angel Reese can't sell tickets. Angel Reese can't generate profit. She is a constant embarrassment, and her teammates can't stand to be around her. We want Angel Reese out of here immediately. In the locker room, the situation became even clearer as doubt spread. One veteran player warned that either Angel Reese would be gone or the rest of the team would never play with her again. This exposed just how divided and broken the Sky had become. Either Angel's gone or everybody else is gone. Either Angel's gone or no member of the Chicago Sky is ever going to play with her again other than Camille Ardoso. I can't see any way back for Angel with any of these players. Ariel Atkins is going to walk at the end of the season. She's going to walk at the end of the season. No question about it. Ariel Atkins is going to walk. Ariel Atkins herself admitted that she was tired of the constant drama around Reese. After Reese's comments and suspension, Atkins confessed she didn't care anymore, showing how Reese's actions had destroyed the locker room atmosphere and teammate trust. This is what Ariel Atkins Sky veteran responded to Angel Reese, man. So, Ariel Atkins definitely had time. She stated, however, her comments during an interview with the Chicago Sky trim landed her in some hot water. Ariel Atkins responded, "Man, after Angel Reese apologized, she said that, I'm not settling for the same ish we did this a year." Reese told Julia Poe of the Chicago Tribune recently, "We have to get good players. We have to get great players." Banham explained that the team meeting was needed because respect inside the locker room had been lost. She admitted the players were hurt by Reese's words, and this exposed the truth that Reese's attitude had created lasting cracks in team chemistry. If I was younger, it would have affected me more, but I'm grown and I just don't care. Oh man, Ariel is done with it, fam. For a player often called the heart of the locker room, though, there's a part of her that does. It does affect me still because of what everybody is constantly saying about the rest of us. Banham said, I never want any of my teammates to feel any type of way. She didn't want Reese to hurt either. The meeting, in her view, was partly to support her young teammate. Ariel Atkins said directly that with only days left in the season, the focus was just to do their jobs. Her cold and distant response made it clear that Angel Reese had lost her teammates' support, leaving her more alone than ever before. Angel Reese, they have had it up to here with your ass. Ariel Atkins is the same person who stood at the podium and defended you and talked about how good of a person you are, how hard you play, how you just want to play ball, and you should not be receiving so much negativity. She held you down and you blasted her in the media for no reason. The punishment handed down to Reese wasn't just about discipline. It was a message from the sky. The team showed they were unwilling to let her words slide, confirming the seriousness of her betrayal and how teammates had exposed her behavior. Angel, based on the write-up in the Chicago Tribune or Chicago Times-Tribune, the write-up that she had where she just explained some frustrations but nothing that wasn't valid, let's not even go there. I don't understand why they're publicly punishing her. The Chicago Sky players chose to stand with their coaching staff in front office, not Angel Reese. Analysts said the team had absolutely taken the side of management, showing Reese had lost the locker room. I don't know what I can say if, as a human being, you're not annoyed with that. But you can see that the team has absolutely taken the side of the coaching staff. The other 11-12 players have taken the side of the coaching staff and taking the side of the front office and the Chicago Sky. I will say this, I think Angel Reese is gone from the Sky. I think Ariel Atkins might come back if the only reason Ariel Atkins might come back is if Angel's gone. Courtney Vanderloot responded directly after Reese called her too old. She declared her age was not a factor and promised to come back stronger, sending a sharp message that exposed Reese's disrespect as baseless lies. This is after Angel Reese said, "Yeah, Slood is old. We need somebody young that can do this, that got some experience, but we need somebody young. She too old. I don't know if she can come back from that tour to ACL. Slew wasn't going for it. And I'm going to tell you right now, Courtney Vanderloot has won a title in Chicago and she will not be playing with Angel Reese next year. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Angel Reese is good is gone. Good is gone." And though with what Courtney Vanderloot just said, she would say, look, y'all can go and get rid of her. I'll be back. Go and get rid of her. Go and get somebody that want to be here. We're not dealing with this. Rachel Banham admitted she was over it and no longer cared about the drama caused by Reese. Her statement reflected how teammates had grown tired of constant negativity and were ready to move forward without her. Atkins addressed Reese directly while Banham said her teammates voiced everything she felt. At this point, she's more resigned. Quote, "I think I just don't really care." She said, "I'm so over all of this. If I was younger, it would have affected me more. But I'm grown and I just don't care. I'm so over all of this, all of the firestorm that Angel Reese brings to the Chicago Sky." Observers said everyone agreed that Angel Reese was not going to be there next year. They noted she had already given up on the team, posting about food during games instead of supporting teammates on the court. I think everybody is pretty much in agreement now that Angel's not going to be there next year. And I feel bad for her because she's not going to a contender. People like, oh, the Mercury will trade for what asset? The Mercury, I'm not joking when I say this, have exactly one player under contract coming in the next season. In her interview, Reese openly said the Sky couldn't rely on Vanderloot because of her age. But critics quickly reminded everyone that Vanderloot was already a two-time champion, exposing Reese's claim as false and disrespectful. And that's many of the same people that are of her thought process and ilk. She's shown she can play a little bit in that league and she can let the big dogs run the real show. At one point in the article, Reese asserted, quote, "We can't rely on Courtney to come back at the age that she's at. I know she'll be a great asset for us, but we can't rely on that. Analysts explained Vanderloot had chosen to return home to play in Chicago instead of chasing a championship elsewhere. For Reese to insult such loyalty shocked the league, and it further destroyed her reputation inside the team. The franchise players insulting her like, why would anyone want to go and play for this guy? And it's one thing like injuries talking behind the scenes, but like Allie Quigley's having the post-see Courtney Vander's resume and everything. Like, it's one thing what Allie Quigley's saying, like, sorry, it's one thing what Angel Reese said behind the scene, because I agree. You have to hold the organization account being like, dude, what did Jeff like? Dude, what did you do? Whatever. Toss aside the Ariel thing, Angel Reese had openly blamed her teammates for failures, saying she might take her career in a different direction. These threats were the final straw that exposed her selfishness and pushed the Sky closer to ending her time with the team. They're one of the worst teams in the league. Combine that with the constant problems. Combine that with Angel Reese blaming her teammates for her own huge embarrassing failure, and you've got the perfect recipe for divorce. Think about it. Reese directly called out teammates by name, saying they suck in, demanding the front office get her real players. This lie exposed her true feelings and left teammates furious at being thrown under the bus publicly. Make a general statement on pros. People were comparing to Caitlin Clark, saying, I don't know how so many pros in this league don't really know where to stand. She just made like a blanket statement on pro players on the league and stuff. Angel called people out by name. She basically said her teammates suck. Get me real players. And I'm sorry, Beck, they gave up assets for Beck Allen, rightfully so. And the problem is that Ariel Atkins, if you guys don't know, told the media that the Sky needed good players and that playing with the best was non-negotiable for her. This comment revealed the truth behind her suspension as her own teammates exposed the damage these words cause. Now that was the comments. That Angel Reese stated that kind of got her in this hot water situation as it is. And let's see here. According to Atkins, Ariel Atkins said it. I think I just don't really care. I'm so over all of this as this year. I was younger. It would have affected me more, said Atkins. But I'm grown, and I just don't care. So that's what Ariel Atkins had to say. She said that she really didn't care about the Angel Reese drama. Elizabeth Williams explained that Reese's comments came from competitiveness, but admitted they hurt the locker room. Her reaction proved that even veterans saw Reese's words as destructive, showing the team had lost faith in her. Elizabeth Williams told the Sun-Times, ultimately, I think the goal of the interview was just to share things she wanted to see in the future for the team and improvements that could be made. Marcia agreed. Angel wants to win, and she wants to have the things in place to be able to get there, as do all of us, he said. Ultimately, Banham said Reese's comment should have been addressed in the locker room, not publicly. The response from her teammates showed they had had it up to here with Reese. Ariel Atkins, once her defender, no longer stood by her side, exposing how much trust Reese had lost inside the Chicago Sky. Angel Reese, you might have talked your way out of Chicago. You might have talked your way out of that Sky locker room. It seems like your teammates are done with your ass. Let's take a look at what else she had to say. They said in a statement that the matter is resolved, but there seemed to be a few loose ends. The Sky suspension statement made clear that Reese's words were detrimental to the team. This official punishment showed the organization agreed with her teammates, exposing her behavior as unacceptable and proving her time in Chicago was collapsing. Where she just explained some frustrations, but nothing that wasn't valid. Let's not even go there. I don't understand why they're publicly punishing her. You know what the public does to her, man? There's pages dedicated to just tearing her down, and you've never stepped up to defend her from those pages. Ariel Atkins confirmed the organization had full support from the team and suspending Reese. Analysts noted this was not a case of team versus front office. It was one player against everyone else, isolating Angel completely. Ariel Atkins saying that they that the organization has full support from their team for suspending Angel Reese means that definitely it's not a situation of the entire team against this front office, this organization. It seems to be a one-person crusade against this organization. Former athletes said they couldn't walk into a locker room after throwing teammates under the bus the way Reese did. They explained this is why Chicago's players would never trust her again, sealing her fate with the Sky. Consistently in '92 and moving forward, I like to think I was a pretty good player. And just because I was a pretty good player, that didn't mean I needed to take a shot at players that I didn't think were on my level or didn't play. Look, yeah, I can be upset. Ooh, when we lost the game and I know guys that didn't play well, right? I know I can look up at the Jumbotron and see who gave up that sack. I can look up at the Jumbotron and see who missed the block. I could go get the steal shots. Commentators pointed out that when your own team suspends you, the relationship has crossed the point of no return. Reese had been suspended by both her college coach and now her WNBA franchise, proving a pattern of problems. When the team suspends you, come on, the league suspends you, all right? But when your team starts suspending you, when your coach starts saying, sit down, when the organization says, sit this one out, we've crossed the point of return here. We've crossed the point of no return here.